What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to break down what's going on with NIO stock in the overall market. I'm going to talk about Tesla, SPY, and a couple of other tickers and break down how things are looking thus far. But before I begin to all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moo, the link down below, and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very, very soon. Anyways, now let's break down what's happening to NIO and to the overall market. I'm also going to give you guys a little recap of how things went for today and also what's happening with next week. So for NIO came all the way back up to about 5.69, then it came back down and traded very sideways in a very, very boring fashion. That's because we had millions of puts expiring on SPY. Instead of causing anything to happen, we just saw the market kind of trade sideways once we got our drop. And the market was kind of stuck, so NIO kind of followed that trend. We look at Tesla, did the same thing essentially. Right, it came down and just traded sideways. Did push a little bit at the end of the day, but it still was pretty much sideways for the majority of the day. Didn't really do anything too crazy. Now we have a nice double bottom leg structure that's developing that could lead to something better. But I want to just talk about the market, give you guys some nice insights on what's going to likely play out moving forward, and then I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen on the charts. So for data, right, going into next week, I just want to mention that there's not much coming out for Monday or Tuesday. But for Wednesday, it's going to be March 20th, and it's going to be very important because we have the FOMC meeting. So that's going to be a very important day with all this data coming out. The main time to be looking for data is going to be between 2 and 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when Jerome Powell is going to be giving his speech, and we're going to see a very big move in the stock market. Crazy, crazy, crazy volatility, in my honest opinion. So get ready for Wednesday. It's going to be a very, very big day for the upcoming trading week. And besides that, I'm not seeing anything else that's too crazy. But I can't wait to see what Jerome Powell has to say and what the Fed is projecting. That's going to have a big effect on the market. All right. And on top of that, for the upcoming week, we have some earnings coming up. We have Xbox earnings, which could affect NIO on Tuesday. And besides that, I'm not really seeing anything else worth really mentioning as much. Everything else is very minor. We do have General Mills and Chewy for Wednesday. We have Nike on Thursday, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else too significant. Moving forward for NIO is basically talking about the ET7, which is getting a lot more exposure, and that's some awesome news for them. And this could lead to some improvements thus far. But the question is, what's going to happen with it going forward? So I think that with these full branded ET7s, it's going to make them a lot more competitive in European areas. And that's a great sign for NIO. So they're kind of reminding us about its capabilities, how this is great. But for the short term, we have another piece of news that's more significant. NIO is planning on launching its mass market EV brand in May, and that's going to be big news for them. So this is NIO right over here. They're basically talking about their new vision, and NIO has come out and they're breaking down their new improvements. The executives confirmed the new brand is going to be called Lidao. I may be saying that wrong, but that's what it's basically said. And it's meant to reflect families, a target consumer segment, having a happy time together. So what's very important about any company is that when people are improving and continuing to grow, we have to remember that it's always important to have fundamentals, and that's true about anyone's lives. Now, families are important fundamentals for everyday lives, and I think that NIO targeting that is very, very incredible. On top of that, NIO has a very, very good vision, so maintaining these fundamentals are key for the company. So, with that being said, we're going to be watching to see how NIO's mass market brand is going to help them moving forward, especially in Europe, and they have new products coming out under this new brand. That's awesome news for them. I can't wait to see what they announce from this. I can't wait to see what else ends up developing. They're also going to be talking about how they're going to be focusing on the high end market for SUVs, and they could be announcing new products very, very soon. So I'm going to be looking out for that. But that's great news for them. They're going to reveal this new brand that's coming out, and it's going to debut in the second quarter with the first product launch in the third quarter. So we'll be watching for this very, very soon in the upcoming months. Very, very awesome stuff for NIO. Volume was at about 33 million, so low volume. NIO is very flat. Not much is going on with it. Same thing with its overall gradings. UBS gave it a neutral rating. HSBC gave it a buy rating. But there's not really a whole lot going on, not much changing for now. As far as NIO goes moving forward, I just want to mention that we had a very, very flat day back and forth price action. So there's not much going on with it. But if we look at the bigger time frames, I just want to warn you all of the risk of more downside because the 4 hour is looking kind of weak and we're developing a head and shoulders like structure. So I think that if NIO gets a little pump, we could start to sink back down towards $5 again if we get some bad news. But the reason why I say this, I want to give you guys a warning about this, is because of SPY. SPY is officially starting to downtrend just temporarily because we failed to close above 510. And if you look at the chart, I can actually bring up the 30 minutes time frame. You can see it's been slowly just sinking and sinking and sinking. Let me show you the channel. I actually have it drawn out right here. This is the channel on SPY. Basically, it's been downtrending lower and lower and lower. And when you zoom in like this, you can see what the levels are. We failed to close above 510. So even if we do get a little pop on Monday, it might end up being short lived because we do have a risk of dropping lower to lower levels approaching the FOMC meeting. So there's going to be a risk of SPY dropping lower, and that could slow things down. It's not just SPY, but it's also the QQQ. The NASDAQ is also on this bit of a downtrend. We also lost our support at 434, getting a very weak close. So because we broke below that, there is a risk of this dropping even lower. Not the best of signs, in my opinion. So with the QQQ coming down, it may rebound a little bit, retest this channel right here, 435. But if you reject off that, expect more downside back down to 432. So QQQ is looking weak alongside SPY. I want to just call those out. QQQ is also turning downwards on the 4 hour time frame, so I'm seeing some weakness on the chart as well. Could be testing 430.76 soon. This kind of looks like a head and shoulders, maybe not the cleanest one, but it sort of looks like one. And on top of this, I mean, we're likely going to test the 200 EMA, so 430 could be coming soon. We look very weak, so I just want to warn you about that. Nvda, now Nvidia is trying to still uptrend, hold above its 4 hour 50 EMA, but just be a little bit careful with NVIDIA because we also have a channel developing on its charts. Let me show you NVIDIA's channel here. I find it more clear to use TradingView for the channels. Basically, when you zoom in, it is trying to uptrend right here. You guys can see it's slowly uptrending. We have our levels to be watching for. We have this 885 resistance, and we have our nice support at 872. If we lose this, a bigger drop is coming. Otherwise, we're slowly uptrending on NVIDIA, but we have to maintain this channel. Stocks like Aapl, not looking the best. Aapl closed down to 172. It tried to rebound a bit, but watch resistance because it's really struggling to break past our 50 EMA. This suggests to me that there could be rejection or more downside. So I'm seeing a lot of tickers showing weakness. On the other hand, there is one ticker that's showing some strength, and that's Tesla. Tesla's trying to bounce on the 4 hour. We have a nice double bottom setup. We could be looking for a push to at least 168 next week, but we need a bullish catalyst. So we need some more pieces of news to be positive. I don't want there to be a massive bad headline again. This could try to uptrend at least just a little bit. So that's it for Tesla. What does this mean for NIO? NIO, on the other hand, is looking a little bit weaker to me, especially since we have Xbox earnings. So I think that there's going to be risk of downside on NIO with this head and shoulders setup. It might come down a little bit lower, so look for a little pop and drop like move, and we could make our way down slowly towards the lower $5 area. So I'm warning you guys for some downside for the short term, but like Morgan Stanley said, this is a good buying opportunity. Morgan Stanley is saying that it's a good idea to buy up NIO shares. That's what the analysts are saying. Not a guarantee in terms of my end because I can't give financial advice, but I'm simply saying that that's what the analysts are saying, and this could be looked at as a buy opportunity for people who are interested. All right. So with that being said, I'm not giving any financial advice when I made that claim. I'm just saying that that's what other people are saying, and this could be an opportunity. But I just want to say, have a great day, guys. Enjoy the weekend. Do what you have to do, and I'll see you guys very soon on Sunday. I'll be taking a break for Saturday. You won't see me tomorrow, but you'll see me again on Sunday. So take care, guys. Do what you have to do, and peace out.